All right, so now that we have officially finished our push for partner on Twitch, what do you all want to play on Monday, on the 8th? We promised Kim we'd try to do better about deciding at least a week in advance so she could post it. What do we want to play next Monday?
As usual, I almost certainly won't be able to make it, so I can say any dumb shit that I want.
I think maybe we'll jump back into Tabletop Simulator and do some solitaire.
Nice.
I like that you put a we on that.
Yeah.
Everybody just watches.
No, everyone has to give their opinion and give advice.
Oh my God.
And we have the jump scares on. And whenever you get legitimately scared, you have to flip the table.
Yes. Let's play wiffle ball.
Yeah, can we just go outside and do a sport?
Yeah. We'll just set up a camera out there and play some ball.
I think at some point in the summer we should do that. One Monday game stream should just be a camera filming us and live streaming us playing
Tag.
like
Dodgeball.
An outdoor real life game.
Not dodgeball. Actually, that sounds terrible for me.
Just 2.5 hours of Jake hunting us with rubber balls. Everyone has to wear a GoPro.
That
Oh
would
my
be
God.
so great.
Yeah, this sounds
oh my gosh.
fucking radical.
I'm back in. Never mind.
If we could figure out a way to do basically an IRL Dead by Daylight, everybody's got a GoPro on except for the quote unquote killer, the hunter who's tracking everybody to some end.
That sounds great. Eventually, when we can do the dodgeball archery thing.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely down for this. So yeah, Monday we'll do that.
Okay.
Or, Phasmophobia or something.
Yeah, ghosts sound like a good option. We
I
haven't done that.
done ghosts in a while, yeah.
Yeah, so on Monday the 8th, we will do some Phasmophobia. We'll do some ghost hunting. Also, I want to take the opportunity to thank everyone who joined us on Patreon in the month of January. Derek Maxwell, Taiki Hayato, Joshua Hanna, A Sentient Mass of Spaghetti, Susan Courier, Kiki, Emma St. John, Red, Jason Myers, Jacob Anthony Morris, Joshua Moore, Tanner, Brett Wertzman, Richard Studenmeyer,
Yeah.
Teresa Bailey, Peter Gerard, Bridget Ferris, Critical Dice, Philip V, Stephanie Jamgochain, and Thomas Norton.
It's Django Unchained.
Boy, I was so close on a couple of those. Others, not so much. So thank you to everyone who joined us on Patreon in the month of January. If you are interested in joining our Patreon, you can head over to patreon.com/theCritShow. Tiers start at just $1, and you can be part of our aggressively welcoming Discord community. We have got a couple new shows that are out now on Patreon, and we are actually today getting ready to record the first installment of Season 2 of Tales from the Omniverse. So you can find all of that over at Patreon. I think with that, it's time to get into the episode. Megan, you and Anastacia are driving through Indianapolis in Jake's new car, headed towards the last known address of Ellison Fritz. Is there anything you want to do on the drive there?
I think I'm just asking Anastacia, so how long have they been doing this?
The guys?
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. I met them a year ago, so maybe 2, a little more. Time's kind of weird.
It's roughly.
A couple days passed, and
Yeah.
It seems like we had 2 Halloweens. And, I don't know.
I mean, all of the things that have come up, it seems like they've been doing it for a really long time.
Yeah, they've certainly been busy.
So what else can you tell me about, vampires, or I guess the ghoul things these guys were supposedly turning into?
I mean, the ghouls I never really encountered myself. I heard about them secondhand. That was when I was still inside of Nash's organization, trying to track him down. But the ghouls seemed like they were being engineered or modified magically by Eston to have specific properties. They used the same spell. That's the spell I used on myself. I got it from Nash's organization, and Eston seemed to be using it on a small scale to turn ghouls into something more powerful.
Yeah, what was that like being undercover in Nash's organization? This guy seems real bad, so I can't imagine that was, I don't want to say easy, it wasn't easy for you, but it must have been kind of intense.
Yeah, it was, it gave me something to do. That sounds strange, but that weapon that Tass wields used to belong to my wife, and Nash killed her.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's There's probably a lot you don't know. I used to be like Jake, and my job was to protect Lana, and I couldn't. And so for a while, I just went out kind of killing anything I could find that seemed like it was trying to do harm to people. But then I got the scent of Nash, found out he was up to something bigger and that he seemed to have a network of things working for him, and thought I'd see what I could figure out, see if I could get close enough to him to put an end to him. And she pulls the car over and puts it into park. But in their best way, they were trying to get a hold of me. Everyone thought I was dead, but they made it very, very apparent that I was still alive. And so Nash's forces, they got pretty antsy and started doing some internal checks, and I had to skedaddle.
Oh, was that the TV thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was pretty rough on him when I first met him, but I mean, they're doing stuff that I could never do by myself.
Yeah, from what he had said on the TV, it sounded like they just kind of needed some guidance from you. I mean, I get that. It kind of made me realize that I could go out and I could find information to be able to better control what I can do.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot in your file. I read what little there was there. You got captured and put into some weird prison, and then they rescued you. What were you doing beforehand?
Running, I guess. Not really from anything or to anything. I just started to be able to do things over time, and it got a little more and more dangerous. And one day I lost control. I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't even realize I was doing anything. Somebody got hurt. Not terribly, but enough to make me realize that I couldn't stay home. And so I left, and I didn't even know where I was going. I just knew that I had to leave. And then, yeah, I saw Jake on TV and asking for help and for guidance, and it kind of made me realize that there's information out there. And so I started looking. I started anything I could find. Some of it was nothing, just kind of nonsense, but I started getting bits of information of people who could do things or books that had been written about certain subjects and tracking it down. I ended up in Ireland. I had heard about Siobhan.
Yeah, I never had the chance to meet her, but I heard about her.
Yeah, I spent a couple days trying to get, a meeting with her to talk about some stuff. And before I could, I was captured by Eston, and he threw me in this pocket dimension town and took all of my memories. And I lived the same day over and over again for 6 months. So all of the time I had spent learning to better control my power so that I wouldn't hurt anyone anymore, I lost all of it. So yeah, the guys found me. Apparently they found my salt shaker, and it led them to me, and I got it all back. But I'm just kind of trying to pick up from there, and it turns out Eston's still alive, so I guess I'm just going from there.
Well, there's one upside to him still being alive.
Oh?
Yeah, you'll get to face your fear. Maybe kill him yourself.
Yeah, I suppose. That's what I should do, right?
It's just my opinion, but it's either that or jump at every shadow you see that looks like him for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I don't really want to do that either. Honestly, I think mostly I just want answers. I mean, I'm angry. I'm pissed that he took me. I'm really upset that I missed out on time. Not that I was doing anything significant with that, but it was mine, and he took it from me, and I don't know why. I just want to know why,
Yeah, well, and she stops the car. Got an opportunity here to make up for a little lost time, just in the sense of figuring out where you were with what you can do. We're pretty close to their last known address. You sense anything?
Yeah, let's find out, and I'll reach out and see if I can sense anything.
All right, roll tune in.
7.
All right, you get a hold 1.
Where is the creature right now?
You do get a sense of there being a presence inside of that house.
Yeah, there's something in there, all right.
All right, so what's the play? I'm going to go up and knock on the door. Do you want to go together? Go by yourself?
Well, do you think they would recognize you?
It's a great question. I haven't had any interaction with them, but that doesn't mean they may not have necessarily been warned about me.
Yeah, I mean, if they are working for Nash and you were a huge mole in their organization, I feel like, I don't know how that works, but I would assume that they would kind of put everyone on alert.
Yeah, that's fair. And she goes invisible.
Holy shit.
I could go like this, and then she appears again. And when she does, she looks like Everett. Or I could go like this.
Oh man, that's really weird, but really cool.
Very useful.
Yeah. Maybe invisible, because if it's just me and just one person, maybe they'll feel less threatened. Or, I mean, not wanting to make them feel outnumbered or on the defensive right away. We might get more answers if we take it Slow?
Yeah, in the form of Everett, she smiles and nods. Trust that. And she goes invisible. Lead the way.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go up to the front of the house.
Yeah, and you hear the other car door open and close, and she follows behind you.
Okay, take a deep breath. It's fine. It's cool. It's everything. Fuck, what are their names again?
Fritz and Alice.
Okay. Do you know which one looks like which one?
No.
Oh, no. We should have looked into this more before. Okay, no, it'll be fine.
Do you want to go back to the car and look?
No, it's cool. That'll look weird if I just turn around in the middle of the side. No, it's okay. I'll just go. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Let's go. I'll walk up to the front door and I'll knock on it.
You knock on the door, and a couple of moments pass, and a woman opens the door. She is like 5'6". She's got blonde hair. She looks like she's in her mid-30s. Hello?
Hi. I'm so sorry to bother you. My car broke down not too far from here, and my phone is dead, and I just need to get a hold of somebody to come pick me up. I'm really sorry. Do you have a phone I could borrow?
Oh, sure. And she reaches into her pocket and holds a phone out to you.
Oh, thank you. And you went to the North Pole, and you went to a different world, so that's probably not going to work. I will call Margaret.
Hello?
Hi, hey, it's Megan. My car broke down, and my phone is dead, and I just need you to come pick me up. Can you handle that?
Car's dead already. Didn't you just... We just finished.
I know. It's so silly, but I'm at and I look at the intersection.
Like, I don't do pickups, and do you want me to send someone? Or?
No, that's fine. Oh, you're so sweet. No, it's okay. I'm at the intersection of what's your address here? And I kind of hold the phone towards the blonde lady.
And she says it's 1709 North Street.
1709 North Street. Do you mind if I just wait here while they come get me?
Oh, sure.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much. And then I was just thinking like maybe we could get a pizza or something on the way home, but we'll handle that when you get here. Thanks so much. Love you.
What
and I hang up on Margaret. And I just move towards this blonde lady. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. What was your name?
Kimmy.
Oh, thank you so much. I cannot believe I forgot to charge my phone. Do you mind if I come in?
Sure. Yeah, come on in.
And I'll move in and I'll stop before I'm fully through the door and reach down and adjust my shoe. Oh, sorry, my shoelace is untied, and I'll hold the door open for a moment to let Anastacia get in past me before I close it.
Roll Act Under Pressure. You're going to get a bonus here since Anastacia is invisible. But I think that there is a role here to help Anastacia get into this house. So roll Act Under Pressure. I think it's like a +2. Like, this isn't going to be super difficult, but there's still a little bit of effort to it.
All right. That's a 7.
So you can get Anastacia in, no problem. But as you bend over to tie your shoe, you're either going to drop something, like something's going to fall out of your pocket that's not a dead giveaway, but that's a little odd that is going to raise some questions.
It's incriminating.
Yeah. The floor in here is going to be like old hard wood, and so you feel like Anastacia might make some noise as she moves around this house, so it might be easier for someone to sense her presence in the future. Or you're going to get some unexpected company, like someone else is gonna be around right away.
I think I gotta go with the creaky floors.
Okay. So as you let Anastacia past you, you do hear a creak, but you are able to cover it with you leaning, and all three of you are inside of this living room. So have a seat. Can I get you something to drink?
Oh, no, I'm good. I gotta save room in my belly for the pizza later, but thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. Please stay hydrated, though. Like, don't just eat. Like, you should drink things, too.
I'll have a Coke later. Don't worry. I'll save it for the pizza.
All right. That doesn't really go with the whole hydrated thing, but that's fine. And she sits down on the couch.
I'm trying to ease into this so it's not just super weird of like, who else is in your house?
And she's like, well, not you anymore. Get out.
So what brings you to this neighborhood?
I actually have no idea where I am. I'm so lost. I wasn't paying attention to how much gas I had, and I just didn't know where I was, so I broke down but didn't know how to get to the nearest gas station. I pulled up my phone to find Google directions, and my phone was dead.
Oh, do you just need gas?
Yeah, but it's kind of a ways away. I thought I was close. I was looking for a pizza place, and I didn't know where I was, so I walked for a while, and then I was like, this is silly. I don't know where I am, so I should just ask somebody. So that's why I knocked on your door.
I see.
Uh-huh.
I've got a gas can. Do you want to just get some gas for your car?
Sure.
Okay. I'll be right back. And she gets up and walks out of the room.
And I think I just look broadly to like empty space in the house where Anastacia might be. And I just kind of put my hands up like, I don't know what to do. And I think I just start looking around and try and find any information while I can. And I just say, I don't know. I don't know if there's something here that I can find, or if there. I know there was one presence here. I don't know if it's her. I mean, Kimmy is like the name, right, of the sister that Jake said. So if there's somebody else upstairs that might be a creature, that could be that, or she could be the thing. I don't know, but somebody definitely here is. What do I do?
That's a great question. I'm excited to see what you do.
Oh my God.
Think of me like an instructor in your driver's ed test. I'm just along for the ride, and I'll slam the brake if there's a problem.
Okay. Oh no. All right. I just start looking around.
All right. Roll investigate a mystery.
That's a 7.
All right. You get a hold 1.
My heart is racing again.
Yeah.
What is being concealed here?
So you can see that there is a bedroom off of this living room, and the bedroom looks used, but the bed looks like it has never been disturbed. Like you actually see dust on top of like the pillow and the blanket. It does not seem like someone sleeps in this bed, but the rest of the bedroom looks like it is used multiple times a day.
Okay, so nobody sleeps in here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this is her bedroom. Do I see like a hairbrush or something with the blonde hair in it to convince me that this is her room?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, she's something that doesn't sleep. She's a vampire. I think she's a vampire. Okay. She's gonna come back with a gas can.
It's true, she will.
Oh gosh. Okay. And I'm just like pacing and shaking my hands and just like yeah. My arms are crossed over my chest and I'm biting my fingernails. Okay, I just I have to be ready. I have to get information, and if she tries to attack me, I don't know how. Okay, I got this, and I like look through my backpack, and I have the stakes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have this. Yeah, I think I put the crossbow together. I put the stake in as a bolt. I think I set it behind the door.
Yeah, so you put together this crossbow and you hide it behind the open door. And a moment later, she walks back in carrying a gas can. Yeah, there's a gas station not too far from here. You can walk there, or I could give you a lift. And just, I would try to siphon some out of my car, but sometimes you get it in your mouth and that's just awful.
Yeah, definitely. Problem. I just realized there's a problem. I don't know where I left my car because I just started walking and I think I turned a couple of corners. But like I said, I'm not from this area. I'm not quite sure exactly where I left my car. So if I get gas, it's not necessarily going to help me right now. I think my best bet is just going to be to stay here until my friend comes to pick me up.
Roll manipulate someone.
That's a 7.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense if you don't have any idea where your car is. Can I see your phone? Let's plug your phone in. Like, do you have the thing that like marks your location or anything when you park your car?
Oh, it's like it like drops a pin or something?
Yeah.
No, I know that that's a thing, but I never figured out how to set it up. I did it once when we went to like a festival. I was kind of far away, so I wasn't quite sure where we were going to get back, and I've never been able to figure it out how to do that since. So it's okay.
Well, here, let me see it.
Okay.
And that's going to be her.
I give her my phone.
Now, wait, hold on. Was it actually dead?
I think that's a great question. Was your phone actually dead?
I'm assuming the battery was pretty low, but I probably wouldn't have let it die.
So she plugs it in, and your phone's not dead.
What do you mean?
And she holds it up to you. Your phone's on.
Oh, is that a fast charger?
No.
That's weird.
That is weird.
I just shrug my shoulders.
Do you want to wait outside? How far away is your ride?
I don't know where I am, so I couldn't tell you how far away it is.
Where's your ride coming from? I know where we are.
Monument Circle?
Oh, okay. So it'll be like 25 minutes probably.
Okay, sure. I don't know. You sound like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you just want to, it's pretty nice out. If you want to wait on the steps, I will put the gas can back. It seems you don't need it.
Okay.
Let me know if you need anything, if you change your mind about the water or...
I think I start moving that way, and then I say, wait a minute, do you hear that? Do you hear that? And I start moving towards the bedroom.
She stops and, like, she tries to listen real hard, and you hear a squeak on the floor, and you see this woman turn towards the open air. I do hear something. It sounds like there's someone else moving around in here.
And I want to move towards my crossbow.
She turns and looks at you as you start moving towards the door. What are you doing?
You hear that, right? Yeah, it's definitely coming from over here, and I move faster.
You see that she starts to transform into smoke.
I want to try and interfere the same way that I did with Natalie.
All right, roll Jinx.
9.
All right, you get a hold 1.
I want to interfere with what a monster minion or bystander is trying to do.
Yes, she starts to transform, and this energy rolls off of you and goes around her, and she solidifies again, and her eyes get real big. Hide! Hide! And she just yells that to the house.
Fuck.
And upstairs, you hear some movement.
I think I still have to go for my crossbow.
Okay, yeah, you are able to get it, no problem. She is kind of caught for the moment in the surprise of not being able to turn.
I grab it and I aim it at her. Who else is here?
She puts her hands up. What's it matter?
I think I kind of look over my shoulder at just empty air, and then I look back at her and I go, there's someone upstairs. Who is it?
What's it matter? You're just going to kill me anyway.
I don't have to.
Wait, really?
I don't think so. Not if I don't need to. Not if I don't have the information that I need.
So if I don't tell you, you'll keep me alive?
No, but if you do tell me, I might not have to kill you.
What are you? Like, are you not like a monster hunter here to kill me?
That's a good question.
I'd love an answer.
No, me too. That's what I'm saying. It's a good question. I wish I knew the answer to that.
You hear a whisper kind of near your ear. I mean, the caveat that they kind of set was kill them if they're doing vampire shit.
Yeah, but just using vampire powers isn't doing vampire shit necessarily.
True, but they've got to eat somehow.
I mean, aren't there vampires you guys are friends with?
Yeah, but as far as I know, he doesn't. I guess I don't know. They told me he like fed on bad guys, whatever that means.
But like his sister too?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what they do here. Probably not, but maybe.
I mean, aren't they living in a place where there's like no humans to feed off of? Just like tree people?
I can't think about this right now. Okay. I'm here. I'm looking for information. You're Kimmy.
Yeah.
You're the sister.
I was a sister, and you see that her eyes glow a little red. Are you the one who killed my brother?
No.
And she starts to transform in a different way. You notice that like her features start to become sharper and her skin starts to turn gray.
Nope, definitely I wasn't. I just heard about it, and I heard that you were the sister of somebody who was a vampire. That's all I know. And I'm here to get more information, not even about your brother or about you. Really, I didn't even expect you to be here. Like, I was looking for 2 other people that maybe aren't even vampires. I think maybe they're like ghouls or something. I don't know. I don't really understand what happened. I wasn't here for any of it. I'm here to get information.
And as she is in this other form, you see that her nose becomes very wide and flat. And she instantly looks where you heard Anastasia's voice coming from as she sniffs. Oh, so there are 2 of you.
Yeah, what are you? I only sensed 1 person here. How are there more? How does this keep happening?
I was talking about this invisible person you snuck in with you that's standing behind you.
And I'm talking about the people that you yelled to hide.
Well, then we're talking about different things. I don't understand what you're asking me. Are you asking me how your powers work? I didn't even know you had powers.
No, not asking you. I don't expect you to have answers to that. I expect you to have answers to other things.
This is all I keep picturing is the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other.
Except the triangle. There's a triangle, but the third space is nothing's there.
Just empty.
But they're still pointing at it. And you get the sense that someone there might be pointing at them. Anastacia whispers in your... Actually, she stops whispering. She becomes visible. And she pulls out that silver stake and just points it at the vampire. Sorry, just a second. This is a teachable moment. And the vampire, like, you actually have a moment of... As she transforms, she got a little more hunched. And she looks kind of bat-like now. But at the appearance of Anastacia, she still looks that way, but her, like, hands up straightens up again. Like, you think for a moment she recognizes Anastacia. But Anastasia's like, just a second. What do you mean, why does this keep happening to you?
This has kind of happened before where I think that there's only a certain number of some things in a place, and then I get there and there's more. Like, she yelled for somebody to hide upstairs, yeah. But when I reached out, it was one creature, and I point at the vampire creature.
Well, I don't exactly understand how your stuff works. maybe you can only touch one mind at a time? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Maybe if I try, I can focus it somewhere else.
Yeah, why don't you try again?
And I focus on the upstairs area and reach out with my mind again.
Roll tune in.
10.
All right, you get a hold 3.
Where is the creature right now?
You do get a sense of a presence upstairs, and I will say mechanically you feel like you could use that move again. Like you don't have a strong ping on where it is, but you do kind of get that almost corner of your vision sense of something else present.
Can feel it in my periph.
Yeah.
Then I'll use another hold to see if I can tell if there's more.
Yeah, you do get a sense, and they are right next to each other. There are 2 of these presences above you and maybe 20 feet further back in the house.
Do I feel any more of that energy on my peripheral?
You don't.
Then I guess I'm going to go with, what is it planning to do right now?
If this is aimed at either of the creatures upstairs, their plan is to stay exactly where they are and not open the door until they're told it's safe. Did you get anything?
Yes, there's 2 more upstairs, and they're hiding, and they're waiting until they're told it's safe to come out. And I look at Kimmy. Okay, so I know there's more here, and I know where they are. I don't need this to go bad for any of us. I'm really here for answers, I promise. I mean, if we have to, we'll do what needs to be done.
All right. What kind of answers are you looking for?
There were 2 people who were turned into something that left, and we're looking for them. Their names are Fritz and Ellis.
The gray in her skin starts to fade away and her features soften, and she looks completely human again. Fine, follow me. And she slowly turns and watches you as she does to make sure you're not going to pull the trigger, and starts walking up the stairs.
Okay, I follow her.
You get to the top of the stairs and she turns into a bedroom, and she walks up to a dresser, and she slides the dresser open. You can see that there is a big metal slab, and it has a very tiny hole in it and a speaker next to it. She's here to ask you 2 some questions, but she's got Anastacia with her, so if I were you, I'd stay in there. I'd prefer not to be out here either. And you hear the intercom crackle. Okay, what do you want to know?
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, so I'm here to get some information on what happened after you 2 left the IPT, and actually before that even. So you are vampires.
Yeah.
Who turned you into vampires?
We're not sure. We just kind of woke up this way. We had a night of drinking and partying, and some of the drinks tasted real weird towards the end, and then we woke up, and Natalie was there, and she was telling us we were sick, and she was taking us back to the IPT to help us.
Okay, so it was something that you drank.
I mean, as far as we could tell, we looked over each other. We couldn't find any bite marks.
Okay, so Natalie used something to turn you into vampires and then took you to the IPT.
Wait, Natalie? Why would Natalie turn us into vampires?
Because she was a vampire?
Fucking what? Oh man, that sucks.
You didn't know that.
No, she was our team leader.
So why are you hiding?
Because we're vampires now, and IPT kills monsters. And so we found out, hey, we're monsters, and we didn't want to be there anymore because they'll kill us.
Okay, so Natalie turned you into vampires, and then you were at the IPT, and then you realized you were vampires, and then you just left?
They thought that we had gotten better, and so we went home, and when we got home, that's when, the weird things started to happen, the hunger stuff, being real thirsty and, drinking things and it not making it better. And, you don't have to be a monster hunter for very long to know what that means.
I look at Kimmy. Staying hydrated.
Yep, not with soda. Something else.
So why are you hiding them?
I am not really hiding them. I would be in there too if I hadn't been caught flat-footed.
So how long have you been a vampire?
My whole life.
Oh, okay. So you guys just go around killing people, huh?
No, not exactly. I don't think that anyone has died from our feedings. We try to just take what we need. We tried to join Nash's organization, and we were not particularly good at the vampire stuff. We didn't, I don't know what you'd call it. We didn't make it through the cut of the boot camp.
Oh no, I'm sorry. What did they want you to do that you couldn't do?
Just quick stuff, just quick decisions of, hey, you're in this place and here's a threat, take it out. Was it a threat? It was. Good job. I don't know. We didn't really talk about it a whole lot once we got out, but there was flying and transforming and fighting and feeding, and just, it was a lot of rough customers. And I read a story once about someone who joined one of the armed forces because they didn't know what else to do versus someone who really wanted to be there and what that difference was like. It was kind of like that.
Did your brother work for Nash then?
Yeah, he was like, he basically got through the boot camp. Like, he was not high. That's how I knew about where to go to try and find someone to get recruited. And, then we got bags put over our head and taken to a location and started training and didn't make the cut. There were other groups that we could join, but it just seemed like, it didn't really seem like it mattered. Like, we're not trying to do anything other than just kind of get through the day. And it seems like any group that came to us after the fact of us kind of washing out with Nash was like, oh, come join my cadre and we'll take over Brooklyn or,
A vampire in Brooklyn's one of my favorites.
Shit.
They wanted us to be their posse, to do their fighting, to help them spread. Everyone's kind of got an agenda.
Instead of just like a support group.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that makes sense if you have these things that you can do that you can't really control, and you just want some guidance.
And the speaker crackles again. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to get all trigger happy, Anastacia, just, killing whatever evil things you find. Like, some of us don't want to be this way, but there's no help for us. Anastacia kind of shrugs. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's a difficult line. Like, yeah, you want help now, but what happens at 3 a.m. when you're super hungry? Like, do you still want help, or are you just out on the hunt now?
Well, I mean, I suppose that's why you have a support system.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if you had a support system, like, would you really want to go down that path, or you just enjoy hiding behind your doors?
Well, I mean, the truth is that we still have to eat somehow. So does this, like, support system come with a buddy who's okay with feeding us every couple days so that we don't die? I mean, that's when it gets bad, is when we don't... I guess I can't speak for, like, all vampires, but for me, a couple days pass, I don't eat. And, I mean, you saw what happened when you started talking about my brother. That kind of comes over me in a way that I can't stop until I am satiated.
I don't know, honestly. I feel like I don't have enough information on how this works, but, I mean, maybe there's a way to have a supply. Like, do you have to feed directly from a person?
No, I've eaten from an IV bag before. Like, would you give it a blood bank if you knew, like, it was going to feed me every couple days?
Yeah, as long as you weren't doing weird shit with my blood other than eating it. Sure. As long as it didn't connect back to me anyhow, it was just, a food source. I mean, sure.
Like, you seem to be special in some way. You had stuff coming out of the head that was, like, pink and weird. I don't know that would affect me in any way. I guess it could. But...
I guess I don't know either. I mean, I wasn't getting before. I don't know what I am. I don't know why I can do the things I do. I don't know if that's connected to my blood anyhow, or if I'm just got that human blood. I don't know. If it's not an issue, yeah, I don't see why I would have a problem. I don't know, because I don't know enough about how all of this works. I'm new to all of this. Monster hunting sounds like a weird thing to say. It sounds very aggressive. It's more just trying to get information and stop bad things from happening. It's kind of what I've discovered. It's not with the intent of just going out and killing something because it's a monster. At least that's not what I'm trying to do. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do, but that's not what I'm doing right now.
Anastacia kind of looks around. Yeah, that's totally what I do. What I kind of thought we were going to be doing here today, but I guess maybe teachable moment for me. What do you want to do now? I
mean, can you eat real food?
Yeah, but it doesn't solve the problem.
Well, no, but it tastes good?
Yeah. It's a little... I don't want to say this without it being overly gross. With what we drink, nothing we eat is ever salty enough.
No. I get that. And I'd pull out my salt shaker. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. We could get some pizzas and talk through some options. Do you guys want to come out of there? I can't really see your faces, so it's kind of weird talking to a wall.
The speaker turns on. Is Anastacia still there?
Yeah.
Does she have a weapon?
Oh, most definitely, yes.
You feel safe here?
No, don't leave. But don't leave. I feel like, we could have come in here and just taken everybody out. That was definitely an option, but we didn't want to do that because that wouldn't have really gotten us very far. We need information. We need to know what's happening and what has happened. So if you guys are, willing to work with us a little bit. I mean, it doesn't sound like you want to necessarily be a part of any big nefarious plans that a lot of the different like vampire organizations. I didn't know there was more than one. I know I've heard of this Nash guy and he's kind of like big, bad, scary, ruin all of your lives kind of business. But it didn't sound like you really wanted to do that in the first place anyway. So if that's not really your goal, I mean, maybe we could work towards finding you a different goal.
Roll manipulate someone, and you get a +1.
That's a 10.
There is a moment where there's silence in the room, and then you hear the sound of a small piece of metal sliding, and you can tell that it comes from that little hole in the metal wall. And then two gaseous forms come out and solidify into Fritz and Ellis. Anastacia looks at them and then looks at you, and she sighs a little bit, and she puts the steak away. All right, well, let's get a pizza. Jake, where are you going in Eleanor? Like when you teleport there, where are you headed towards?
I think I just teleport to Ori.
So you appear next to Ori, and he is surrounded by trees. He is kind of hunkered down in a series of bushes, and he's got a bow and arrow. And he kind of starts, oh, Jesus, man, what's up?
What are we doing?
Hunting.
Oh, I can't be a part of that.
Oh, okay. Wait, why?
I don't like killing animals.
Oh, no, I'm hunting fox.
Yeah, that's an animal, dog.
No, like Fox, my trainer.
That's even worse, Ori. You're fucking hunting people now?
No, it's like
The most dangerous game.
it's like an exercise. And as he says this, you hear like the rustle of the brush, and a blunt-tipped arrow flies in and smacks him in the side of the head. God damn it. And he stands up from his cover, and you see Fox hanging upside down from a tree, like 3 trees over. Oh, hey, Jake, what's up?
Oh, just ruining training exercises, the usual. What's up with you?
I mean, he's chatty as it is. I mean, it's, right.
Well, I'm sorry to intrude again so soon. I had some more questions, Ori, that I was hoping you might have an answer for.
Oh, sure. What's up?
Well, we went and we dealt with Natalie and the stuff up on the space station.
Oh, nice.
But she sent out a message, and I only got a little bit of it. But whoever she sent it to, she said like that she'd been compromised and to activate 5, and she signed off Mercury 4. So does that mean anything to you? Do you know of like, is Mercury like a lineage, like a title that's passed on?
I mean, I've heard of Mercury. I've never heard like Mercury 4 or 5 or anything, but like Mercury was like hey, if you do real good at this, like you could be Mercury one day.
Do you have any idea who else was like top dog that might have been next in line for that?
No, I mean, that was kind of what he was training me for. Like he put me through the ringer with a couple different folks, but they all said that name a couple times. I got the sense that like, oh, maybe I'm in this kind of accelerated class. Like maybe it could be me one day.
Did you train alongside anybody?
Yeah. I mean, well, just the trainers. Like I wasn't with any other like trainees, I guess.
Do you know if or how we might be able to find any of your trainers?
Yeah, I mean, I went to at least the places where I met them. I could take you back to those places, I guess.
I mean, if you wouldn't mind coming up with like a list of names and places and stuff that maybe we'll go hit together, or I might just kind of go check out on my own if it doesn't seem safe for you. I'm actually going to go have a chat with Ferguson, and then I'll get back to you. Is that cool?
Yeah, no, I need to go back anyway. Like, I've got all that information in my journal.
Okay. What cool stuff have you learned again? Remind me what you've learned.
And real quick, he shapeshifts into a wolf, a bat, mist, and then himself again. That, and you got anything to throw?
I'll pick up like a branch off the ground, like up or like away.
Either.
I'll throw it up.
He shoots it, and it starts to spin, and then he fires a second one, and it breaks it in half.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, what's your fastest mode?
It depends where. Like, that's the thing that Fox has been teaching me, and Fox jumps down from the tree, and she's smiling. They're like, it depends on the environment. Like, there's, if it's here, it might be the wolf, but if we're in the air, it could be the bat, but if it's like, I don't know what's going on, it could be the smoke, because I can fit through a lot of tiny places.
All right, if we're racing to Ferguson.
Probably just teleport then.
Well, okay, but if you weren't going to teleport.
Oh, yeah. And he looks at Fox for a moment, bat, and she nods.
Okay, we're going to race, because I can do some new shit too.
Oh.
And I want to try and do a spell to make myself run extremely fast and then try and race Ori back to Ferguson.
All right, I don't think there's a roll here for this, except to find out if you win. I think that roll is going to be, I don't know, opposed to D6s.
Okay. I assume high is good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I got a 6.
I got a 5.
Booyah!
Wow.
You sprint back to the main Elnor tree, which is impressive because you were just out in the middle of the woods. Or he thought he had you there because he knew where.
He was going.
Yeah. So there's a scene of like you kind of following him at first so that you get the sense of direction and then you just tear off. And you get back up onto the parapets and head towards the Room of Magic. And as you kick the door open and sprint inside, Ori is just now flying down that stairway. And he's like, oh, man, you're fast. But it sounds like, because he's a big bat person. I forgot.
He's a parrot?
Halfway through, it seemed like Bat wasn't doing it, so he changed to Parrot to see if that would go any faster.
It's like, I thought Macaw would work. But you are in the Room of Magic, and Ferguson is there, as are Rachel and Reeves. Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Hey, so you remember how I had that ability where I could kind of open up like a little pocket dimension, put stuff in it?
Oh, yes.
So I lost that. Or rather, I kind of left it behind. And I was wondering if you might be able to help me, like, get it back?
Do you mean retrieve the one that you lost or, like, create a new space where...
I think I've got to create it. So here's what happened. We went to a place that was its own little kind of pocket dimension. And it was full of bad stuff. It was full of horrors. And my deity told me that I needed to, like, waste this place. So what I did was open the pocket dimension because it had a weird reaction in there. It kind of turned into almost a black hole. And then I stabilized it and I left it so that it would just eat that whole place up. But I think if, like, I take it back or what, like, I don't know what's going to happen to that place needs to stay gone. And I'm afraid that if I open up a doorway to that place again, it might just start swallowing the world. Or, like, 2, if I somehow take it back, it might undo the destruction of that place. I guess those might be questions you could help me answer, too. I just don't really understand the theory of how that ability worked enough to know what would happen.
That all sounds a little bit past my knowledge in the sense of how you were gifted that ability. We might be able to set up something where we make a spot here where when you open it, we could connect our magics to you so that the things that you store there come here. And then you just retrieve them, like just make a new spot for your pocket dimension.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yes, I mean, really anything could be possible. We've got magic to spare. It would just be a matter of opening a spot and connecting some magic to you and, laying out an area where like, oh, this is where things that Jake is going to drop here. Don't walk away with them or don't set your lunch here.
If you wouldn't mind, like, trying to help me sort out, whatever we think we could figure out. But if we end up at a total stone wall, setting up a little space here would be fantastic.
I think it's something we could do. We have transferred abilities from one to another before. It's how we make it so that the most potent warriors are not in the sleep. If you've got a specific skill set or something, we can transfer it to someone. It is a fairly safe ritual, but it does require a specific component that is rather dangerous to try to get.
Okay, what is it?
Well, far from here, there is an area where the sun does not touch. It is a bog of decay and darkness. From there, you must retrieve a very specific blue rose.
The Critshow is a Critshow Studios production, edited and produced by Brandon Wentz with music by Jake Purley. You can find more information about us at thecritshowpodcast.com. To keep up to date with upcoming live shows, contests, and other special events, follow us at The Crit Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For even more weekly content, join us at patreon.com/thecritShow.